I'm Beth.
I'm Jamal, and today we are reacting to Love is Blind, the whole series, the whole
dang.
Oh my god.
We binged it. We
binged it in like 3 days.
Yeah.
And we want to talk about it because like not just the characters and the stuff, but the whole idea.
Well, they're not even characters, they're real people.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
They're real people getting married.
Obviously, there are going to be spoilers in this. If you haven't seen Love is Blind, wait, go see it and then come watch this video. What are the main themes that you kind of like took?
It makes you question whether love is blind. Whether it makes a mockery of marriage, the way that it's all done, like whether it's a healthy way to get into a marriage or not, whether the way that you meet actually matters going forward.
For those of you who've seen it, at the end of the show, 2 couples out of maybe what was about 5 that went to the Mexico trip, 2 couples get married.
But all 5 get engaged.
All 5 get engaged, but only 2 actually make it to marriage.
Yeah.
And then if you watch a reunion, 2 are actually like married, and then there's 1 couple who are still together. That's Giannina and Damien. So love can be blind, I guess, but we got to think about like, what is love? Like, what is it? Is the initial infatuation? The show does well in the sense that it makes you think, yes, you can actually become infatuated with someone. Someone can fulfill your needs without actually seeing them to a certain extent in terms of like emotionally. Like the conversations they were having were going really, really deep. They were saying things that they had never said to anyone before, which is like...
And like getting really emotional about it.
And
vulnerable.
So you can have real feelings with someone. You can actually go to those depths with someone without seeing them. To that extent, love is blind. But marriage is different to that. And that's, I think, what really like got to us. Love is blind, infatuation, having your emotional needs met is blind, but then is that enough for marriage? And
whether it's actually healthy to go into a marriage with the pressure of a TV show wanting you to get married. Inevitably, there will be that pressure to be that couple that makes it all the way. What that kind of psychologically does to you when you're trying to build an authentic relationship with someone leading towards marriage, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It seems a little bit...
And I think that's why we're like, does it make a mockery of marriage? Because marriage is real. This is serious. The pressure that they would be under to actually not only just get together and fall in love, but to get married and commit their whole lives to each other must be meteoric. The impact it must have on their mental health and their emotional health to be left at the altar on TV.
You can see the effect that it has on their families. I think it's not just about this couple and the effect that it has on them. Their wider family, like their parents, their siblings, you can tell they're all like really worried. And like some of them get really emotional about it because they're just like, are they making a mistake? Like, you know, you don't want to really go into a marriage with your family being in bits.
And marriage is about consistency. It's about standing the test of time. Marriage is a life thing, and it's hard to really know the person and know that you can put up with that person's baggage and that person's stuff just because they're able to kind of have a deep conversation with you.
How many days is that? 30 something?
It's like 30 days.
30 something days between meeting and getting married. I know that people can fall in love really quickly and sometimes it's just right and so perfect. Just the conditions are right for that couple to like get married really quickly. We know people that have got married within months or even weeks of meeting each other.
But I think it's just like, do they have to get married? If the game show stopped when they met and it's like, oh, they're together, and then a year later they're still together and it's great and there's no pressure to get married, but to play with marriage and to be like really blasé about the idea of marriage, that, oh yeah, we'll just do this experiment, just like, you know, we'll get married and, you know, whatever. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
If you don't get on, then you can just break off the engagement.
Marriage is super important, and marriage isn't something to be played with or something to be messed around with. It's like you make the decision when you're ready, and it has to be a personal decision, and then the idea is that you stay together for life. Otherwise don't get married. Like, you don't have to get married. But if you do, honour it and commit to being together forever. Is the game and the experiment worth the impact on people's mental health and emotional health and their families and things like that?
We don't want to at all negate like the feelings, like the real feelings that these couples, especially the couples that actually did go on to get married, because they're still together now, like a year on. Like that's a big achievement.
Massive.
For starting their marriage the way that they started it. We don't want at all just say that their feelings aren't true and they're just doing it for the gram.
Yeah. The other issue you raised, does it matter how you meet? And really, no, it doesn't. Within reason,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. Like if you meet someone and you're talking to them first, and then you meet them and you still like them, and then you build your relationship, as soon as you're in that relationship and you're face to face and you're just like any other relationship, you're facing the same hurdles, and you're suddenly learning about that person's family and that person's personality, and it kind of snowballs into a relationship with all the things, the good and the bad and the ugly, that you would face anyway. I think that's what this show does really well, is that it's like open your eyes to the possibility of meeting the person that you want to be with the rest of your life. You may be meeting them in so many different scenarios. You don't have to box yourself into it being like
a tick box kind of situation. That in itself is not realistic, to have a massive tit box. Tit box?
Tit box. I hope you don't have a massive tit box. Oh, which ones should I put on today? Maybe it's Friday. I'll do my Friday one.
My
today.
Friday tits. He likes that one. Like you said, I do think the show did well to broaden their horizons to the possibility that they could be with this person. For example, what's that couple? She's a black woman, but she'd never dated outside of
Lauren and Cameron.
Yes, Lauren and Cameron. I really like them. They're really nice.
Yeah, they're really sweet.
Broadened their horizons to like, I can date a white guy or I can date a black woman.
Yeah. And they actually got married and they're still together. It really does go to show that it doesn't matter how you meet, it just matters how you're willing to go forward once you're
I think that the meeting thing is beautiful, and it's like a lovely story that you can tell, and the thing that you can look back on and be like, oh, it was so lovely the way that we met, or oh, it was weird the way we met. It's a memory rather than something that's foundational to your relationship. You might have met in a very, very specific circumstance that is foundational to your relationship. It's the everyday, it's the nitty gritty, it's the dates, it's the arguments, it's the how you deal with the other person in your everyday life that really makes the relationship.
That's obvious in the fact that only 2 couples ended up getting married. Overall, I think the show does really well to evoke thought and evoke like people's emotions and feelings about what marriage really is, what relationships really are, how you actually meet. Whether they need to be playing games with marriage, I'm not sure. It doesn't really sit right with me. But there you go. 2 couples did find the love of their lives. So in that sense, it's well, there you go.
I have to say, it was very entertaining.
Exactly. It makes for good TV.
Yeah, but whether people's marriages should be
for the
played
entertainment
with
of
on
us.
TV.
Who knows? It's another conversation. So that's the end of the video.
That's our opinion.
That's our opinion. Make sure you let us know in the comments. We'd love to have a discussion about this more. What you think. Tell us like which were your favourite couples, which ones that you really wanted to get together and they didn't get together. Let us know what your thoughts on the whole marriage thing is. Just comment down below and we'll get back to you. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up as well.
Subscribe if you want to see more of our channel. We do more relationship stuff and we'll be doing more fun stuff in the future.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
A double wave.
Double wave.
Double wave.